Alrighty, folks, we got the disappointing job numbers this morning. The government shutdown started at midnight. We also have some companies using AI to find people who are doing not so nice things. We're going to talk about that and more. We'll talk about conventional versus DSCR and the spread. All of this with Convoy Home Loans. And Jonathan, how you doing, man? Welcome back. You were out for a couple weeks enjoying life, but you're back in the hot seat. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with the DSCR market and the jobs market and rates in general. I think this is the biggest topic on everyone's mind right now.
All right, let's dive in. So again, we got the ugly jobs number. It was really ugly, negative, I don't know, negative 35,000. We also got a revision for last month went negative. It's the last jobs print because BLS is not reporting on Friday. So at the end of the day, the jobs market is bad and getting worse. So what's going on with rates?
Well, I mean, rates are I think everyone's surprise or not surprise is still higher than before the meeting, right?
Yes,
And
before
when
the
we
Fed
say
meeting. Yep.
rates, yeah, but when we say rates, let's specify between the federal funds rate versus the actual
10-year.
mortgage rates. We're
Yep.
talking about mortgage rates that are still higher across the board than they were previous to the Federal Reserve meeting.
Correct. Correct.
Now, the biggest thing I think where people missed out on, everyone that was waiting till after the Fed meeting because they believe there's a correlation between the two. Those are the people right now kicking themselves in the butt right now because they're saying, oh my gosh, I should have locked in. I should have moved forward prior to. Why did it doesn't make sense why the Federal Reserve dropped rates and the prime rate is visibly lower, but mortgage rates moved up, right? And I think the biggest thing is obviously we always remind people there is a correlation. There's not a direct correlation because the mortgage
Mhm.
market is always future forward looking on longer term debts, right? And longer term yields. So what we saw right after the meeting obviously is the 10-year shoot up. 5 years shot up, everything shot up on the long-term yield debt. And then all of a sudden now it's kind of tapering down. So people are starting to get excited again. So I'm seeing that
Yeah.
excitement build up because it went from 4.2, 4.3 down back to 4.1 ish, I think is right now.
Yep.
And
I
now
just
people are
looked.
starting to say, oh my gosh, rates are coming back down again. And then I remind them it's not,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's where the market is right now. Luckily though, even though conventional rates have moved slightly, DSCR and non-conventional rates haven't moved that much.
Yeah.
So we are in a very lucky window. Again, we come out and say this on the channel every single time. And we like to remind people there's slim moments where this margin between DSCR and conventional is so small. These are the times to strike if you're trying to
Yes.
make a move on DSCR, right?
No, I
And
couldn't. I
right
couldn't
now
agree more.
in the
Yeah.
current market, DSCR right now is maybe if you're putting 20% down, you can get on a 5 year or a 3 year prepay, 30-year fixed. You can get easily a mid six rate and buy it down to the low sixes or even high fives,
Yeah.
right? And that is the move to make right now, while conventional loans are in that same range. And actually, like I'm putting in like primary home loan rates are in that range of where DSCR investment is right now, right?
Exactly.
So we are in kind of this golden opportunity where if you were sitting on the sideline waiting for DSCR to come down a little bit, instead of DSCR coming down, we got the opposite. We got conventional coming up. And now DSCR looks more attractive than ever. However, that won't stay there at that point for forever.
Yeah, this is something I'm glad we're hitting because we've talked about this for the last 2 years at least. There's been these moments in time where rates were falling, and not everyone, a lot of people are like they're falling, they're going to fall further after X, and every time after X they shot up, and they did that again. And we kept telling people, if you like it, lock it. You like it, lock it. And I couldn't agree with you more. We do seem to be in that moment. We're recording this on October 1st. Who knows if this is true by October 8th, but it doesn't matter. October 1st, DSCR loans, 20-25% down, are very competitive with owner-occ conventional. That doesn't normally happen. So again, if you are a DSCR, if you're a DSCR consumer, strike, like it, lock it. And oh, by the way, if you're buying, get the seller to pay points. I mean, come on, it's a buyer's market in a lot of the country. Be aggressive.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, we obviously kind of touched on like and received some comments back and forth on whether the buy market has ended or begun or whether we're still in it. I think it depends on where you are, right? Because people love to generalize a specific to the whole when we're talking
Yeah.
about the entire average, right?
Correct. Yep.
Where transactions have gone up, demand has gone up. I'm starting to see people put 14, 15 in certain areas, 14, 15 offers to buy a house. So in
Nice.
those markets, we're no longer in a buyer's market, right? In those pockets of the
Hmm.
market. However, there are great investment markets that are still, people cannot sell their house. It's still listed on the market, and
Hmm.
you can get aggressive on these things. And especially right now, if you're trying to buy a DSCR loan or an investment property and you want to kind of get in, right? Because it's always better in the market than waiting on the sideline. If you get in now and you can get a DSCR rate, let's say in the mid sixes, and you buy it down, let's say into the low sixes, you just set it and forget it at that point. Let it run its course and continue to have your cash flow. And later on, don't count on it if you're buying it in a non-appreciating, more cash flow heavy state. Take the cash flow, and then it'll appreciate eventually when that happens and you pay down your debt, right? Because paying down your debt is probably the biggest thing, principal and
Hmm.
interest, especially on the smaller homes. You pay down that debt, now you have new equity to potentially tap in the future, and hopefully rates are lower at that point. You can refinance again to pull it out or get a HELOC or whatever you need to do to continue to recycle that capital, which I think is like all of that practice for the future happens now, right today.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Well, let's talk about how AI is going to be used by servicers to identify what they might consider. I don't know if they're going to call it fraud or misbehavior, but we know a lot, at least I know lots of people who often buy in their name and then transfer to LLC. And again, that's not technically allowed. That's transferring ownership. And maybe you can hope to hide and be lost in the shuffle. But my strong suspicion is there's going to be servicers that unleash the power of AI, and these things are going to be found left, right, and center. It's going to be found in the sub two community if they unleash AI on that. We might see a lot of notices saying, "Hey, no, 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 you can't do that." What do you think?
Yeah, and I'm a little afraid of that because, and the only reason we bring it up is because I was at a meeting with one of the large servicers, and they said that they know what is going on. They see the servicing action happen. They see payments coming in from different accounts, and they're starting to track different things with AI, right? We think we can use AI on our benefit, right? So can they. And
Yeah.
oh, by the way, they have a lot more money to invest into making sure that the AI is perfect. So they are perfecting the craft, is what I heard. But there are rumblings where they are starting to track down using AI property records matched up with mortgage records, note records, who signed the note, who's making the payment, where is it
Mm,
coming from, does it line up, right? And this is huge for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, like call it conventional programs. And again, I'm not saying, so don't hate me in the comments for saying this. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow. I'm not saying all these loans are going to be called,
it's
right?
coming though. I'll say
It,
it. It's
yeah,
coming.
they are preparing to do, they're just waiting for someone to slip up, right? And what
Yep.
I mean by that is you miss a payment or you're a little late on a payment, and then oh, all of a sudden the portal not letting you make a payment. You make a call to the servicing company, and the servicing company says you're not the person that's supposed to make the payment,
Yeah.
and then you get a letter in the mail saying your note is due, right?
Yep.
And this is specifically for loans that you are not allowed to transfer title. And for example, like a lot of, and this is the mistake that I hear across the board, people try to go for a cheaper rate, cheaper cost, and go conventional and say, I'll just move it to the LLC later, right? But Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac hate LLCs. Ever since the '08 crash, they hate
Yep.
LLCs. They
Hate them.
do not allow for closing in LLCs. So when you are just transferring title from one name to another after you close, you are putting yourself at risk because in the documentation that you signed, unless that paper was removed and you didn't sign that documentation stating that you cannot change vesting, right, into an LLC or another entity, you are going to be stuck holding the bag, and you are going to get your note called again. Not saying you will, but you have a higher chance now than you ever did before the wave of AI, of these
Yep.
servicers looking into these items. And obviously subject to has kind of been the biggest topic because a lot of people are in subject to.
Hmm.
um, when you go to refinance a subject to loan, you're gonna run into an issue. when you go to try to, do anything with the subject to loan, potentially you might run into an issue. And this is stuff that now people, investors especially, have to be very wary about, right? If you're in a subject to and you're buying a subject to, just stay in the loan and just pay it, right?
Yeah.
Don't do anything to trigger it off. But if you're trying to buy something new, just pay the extra, a little extra, to put it into LLC, make it all correct from the beginning,
Yeah.
versus like, hey, it's
Taking
okay
that
to
risk.
switch it over. Yeah, conventional, to save a few $1,000s. It's just not worth it anymore. So,
No, I love it. Again, this is we knew this was coming. Again, the AI is going to bring a lot of new things, but it's also going to learn to hunt for misbehavior. And I think there's a lot of folks that are going to get automatic notifications saying, "Hey, you don't match so and so, and this and that is different than we thought." Again, I don't know when it's coming, but I also know it is coming.
yeah. And if the servicers already know about it, right, and they already know the action that's going on, it's not too far off.
Yeah,
Obviously, there's billions of mortgages being written that it's very hard to, for everyone to go. So some people might fly under the radar, but
sure.
you should definitely, especially if you're closing on a conventional loan, like look at the documentation, make sure that even if the loan officer, whoever you're working with, says it's okay to do it on a conventional loan, it may not be okay. And it
Right.
probably isn't okay, especially if you're closing on a Fannie Freddie loan. So keep
Love it.
that in the back of your mind and make sure that you are closing correctly, which is again why DSCR and non-conventional loans come into play, because you are actually closing in the LLC. The difference is you sign a note, the note has the borrower as the LLC, and
Correct.
you are signing as a member manager of the LLC. That
Love
is
it.
the way that you want it.
Yeah, love it. Make it clean. Don't try to cheat out of it, be cheap and get caught later. Again, you're in this rare time where DRC loan investor is competitive with conventional owner occ. So use this time to your advantage, de-risk the situation. Jonathan, if somebody wanted to get started, what do they do?
Go to convoyhomeloans.com and let us know you came from Orat.
Yep, folks, just tell them you heard him from Orat. And why you want to do that is because you get to speak to this fine gentleman or his partner, Dustin. If you don't say you came from Orat, you're just in some queue with all the mere mortals. And frankly, if you're on this channel, you're not a mortal. You're a god. So talk to the best people. Take
I
care,
love
bud.
it. Thank you. Bye.
Later.